Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, traders. Good evening, good evening, good evening, traders from across the globe. And thank you for tuning in to my 2217th edition of Short-Term Trading Live with Oscar Carboni. Traders, you know there's a lot of risk in this game, so please know this. Know that you should never trade without stops. Put those stops in first. You can be annihilated in this business if you don't know what you're doing. You can put X amount of dollars in your trading account. Get this. You can put on a trade and then lose more than what's in your trading account and have to write a check for more to your broker. Now that happens if you're short options without knowing what you're doing. If you're short futures without knowing what you're doing. Could happen even long futures. So please know this, know the risks behind this game, know what you're doing, kids. And if you don't know what you're doing, just put the stop in first. It is your best friend. It'll help you. All right, so if you understand the risks, let's look at what's on this board. For trading on Monday night through Tuesday, Jan 26, 2021, traders, NASDAQ, Russell, E-mini, S&P, they are still coming up as a buyer of dips to Omni. But it's got to be a dip, decent dip. You don't just jump in here and get long. Wait for a pullback, especially in NASDAQ and S&P, big pullback. Wait for a decent dip, and then at some point we're going to get long, let the market rally, take our profits and run. That's our plan for the indices for trading for tomorrow. So there's another really interesting thing brewing I showed you in last night's video, and that is gold bearing, if you will. The bear flag. Gold looks like them, you know, as far as I'm concerned, that bear flag under the 50-bar moving average, under the 200-bar moving average, below the channel. What more can an analyst ask for? So technically, that gold looks like it wants to go low. Traders, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Don't forget, subscribe to my YouTube videos so that you know each and every night when I put another one of these out. If I put it out, you're notified, and there's good, timely information in these videos. So make sure that you've subscribed to the channel. Bitcoin is still holding the average I showed you in last night's video. Now, the street obviously likes that average. Algorithms like that average. Maybe BlackRock likes it too now that they're involved in trading Bitcoin. So know that right now, Bitcoin's still holding the average I showed you in last night's video. I will show you that very same average on Bitcoin in tonight's video, so don't forget that. When we do the chart segment, you will see it. Now, traders, we have an OmniCamp coming up. It's in about 3 weeks, and if you want to get your butts out here, now is your chance. It's almost going to be too late. If you're worried about COVID, we have COVID. You know, what we've done when COVID came out was I basically said, hey, I was around when AIDS came out. We locked up everything, you know what I mean? We got plexiglass, we got masks, we have gloves, we have everything you can think of. The food is prepared on premises. The people who are there have hats and gloves. You know, we got this covered. You know what I'm saying? You guys are staying in a place where you're, forget about 8 feet apart. It's 4,500 square feet, the place you're going to be in. And there's only a couple of you there, you know what I'm saying? You won't see each other there unless you want to. The class, you definitely spaced at least 6 to 8 feet apart, maybe more. Just depends on where you sit. So really, Kat says, you know, I'm inviting you to my home and we are COVID safe here. But if you are slightly worried, I'm going to show you a quick clip of what we've done for our COVID preparations so that you can come out to OmniCamp. There's 3 weeks left. Take a look at this quick clip. After that, I promise to show you the charts because they look fantastic. And remember, above all, stops are in and emotions are out. Now, traders, that's absolutely true. Put your stops in it, and you can rest at night knowing your stop is in. Now watch this quick clip about OmniCamp and COVID, and then on to the charts we will go. Omniacs, I'd like to give you a special thank you. Thank you so much for coming to OmniCamp this weekend. The world and this country experiencing COVID-19 corona. But what we decided to do was have an OmniCamp. And of course, we followed the rules. We did 50% occupancy only. We had everybody in masks everyone that served food, masks, gloves. So we were here to make sure that you would be safe if you came to our town.
You know, from the start when we got here, what Oscar had set up in terms of ways to reduce any risk of each of us contracting or even bringing the virus with us. So everything's disinfected, you know, there's cleaning going on constantly. Everything that we have come into contact with has been immaculate.
This is the first camp they've had since the virus, so masks were required, everything was clean. We would take breaks even in our classroom, the room would be clean, the house is cleaned. The lady who helps attend people in the house, she made sure she wore the mask. I felt very safe. I had no issues at all.
He took all the preparations and extra steps above and beyond and did things to make sure that everybody was comfortable and everybody was safe. Social distancing was in place, sanitizer, masks, thermal guns, make sure everybody's temperature's good. You know, he brings you into his home, so he wants to make sure they're safe too.
And he really has thought about everyone and making sure that, one, his family doesn't get infected, but also that everyone in the camp stays safe. And I think that that is certainly something so commendable, just certainly in terms of this difficult time for people. But yeah, no, I would highly recommend anyone who even has any nervousness about coming here, everything is taken care of in terms of that.
You will be safe if you come out to OMNI Camp. We just proved that with all of our corona contingencies. Thank you so much for showing up. I'm glad you were brave enough. And the next set of OMNI Campers, you will be just as safe. I welcome you all to Las Vegas, and I hope to see you soon. Okay, traders, so don't be afraid of COVID. Come on out to OMNI Camp. Make sure you fill out those applications and look at this Russell chart. Oscarism, known as the F flag. I told you this can last extendedly. Look at how long this F flag has gone so far. And as long as you're buying dips towards the bottom area of this, it seems to be okay. If you're brave enough to sell rallies, you got to do that up here, but I don't do that. I'm just buying dips. This isn't for me. I don't like selling rallies in a bullish market. I do like buying dips. So we like the Russell 2000 on a pullback. I don't see why you wouldn't like that chart. The Oscarism F flag is really holding well. You're above this channel. I like it. Look at your NASDAQ. Very interesting spot right here. Look at this juncture. Now, granted, when it hits up here, it generally fails, right? If it gets close, it fails. When it got here, it failed a little. But I don't know. I think it's starting to knock on the door. Knock, knock, knock. I think it's starting to knock on that door. Now, same thing happened here. Knocked 3 times, and it did fall. But I don't know, whatever. OMNI's bullish, so I have to be bullish up here for now. So at this point, I'm still buying dips in what could be a flag sitting right here in your NASDAQ. But the interesting thing is that we're riding right here at the top of this channel. Maybe that will be something that will push us back down for a few days. We'll let the markets decide. OMNI, if it goes bearish, we'll sell. For now, OMNI's not bearish NASDAQ, so we're not selling it. Buying dips. Then you've got gold. Traders, look at this great gold chart. Nice bear flag inside the gold chart. Now, gold bear flag is inside, or below, I should say, this major resistance. Got above it for a little while, but then, once it broke below, big down bar. This is one big red down bar right here, which literally makes the flagpole for the flag. Then you've got the flag, right? One little breakthrough under it, but that's it. So you've got a flag, you're below this resistance, and watch this. Not only do I have a red OMNI in gold, look at the 50 and 200 bar moving averages. They came together at the top of the flag. Where the resistance is, the street follows things like this. If they're going to sell it, this would be their spot to sell. OMNI's red, so I got to take that as a sell signal, and you should too. That's your gold. Let's look at another chart here. Traders, look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin daily bar, February month still. Look at how it's held this crazy average lately. When it gets above, it holds well. When it gets below, it drops, right? Hits it, drops, gets above finally, hits it, rallies back up, hits it, rallies back up, big time. Hits it again, smack, 2 days ago. So far, we're holding, right? This is the bar from trading on Monday. So far we held I like that average. I still like Bitcoin on buying big dips. It's been a nice ride so far on that average. We'll see what happens. Traders, join me in my free live chat room. I will see you there.